Hello friends, today we are going to start first lecture of subject Yarn Manufacture 3 for 5th Sem BTech Textile Technology. Myself Dr. Rajiv Kumar Chaudhary, and we will be studying today objects of comber and why we are combing the material. First of all, we should know what are the objects of combing. In the market we see so many fabrics of cotton fabrics. Cotton fabrics are available at 50 rupees per meter also, 200 rupees per meter also, 500 rupees per meter also, and 1000 rupees per meter also. So what is the difference in the quality of these fabrics? Generally 50 rupees per meter, the fabrics which are made for very common use pajama, latha, they are not combed. And very fine fabrics, very costly fabrics for shirting, kurta pajama and dhoti and sarees, fine counts, they are generally combed. And this combing machine is used for costly fabrics because we have to use extra number of machines for this purpose, and that's why cost of the fabric increase. So if the fabric is made out of combed yarn, the cotton fabric will be generally softer, lustrous and whiter. So that is the difference. There are some difference in the yarn and fabric qualities, and how this difference in the yarn and fabric quality is coming, that we will study today. So first object of combing is elimination of precisely predetermined quantity of short fibers. Means cotton fiber is containing short fibers. Fibers are not of equal length, so we have to remove the short fibers. Only the long fibers are good for spinning, and if we will remove the short fiber, then improvement in the yarn qualities and fabric quality will be there. So precisely predetermined means depending upon the properties of the fibers, we will decide in advance that how much short fibers are to be removed. Suppose 25% short fibers are present in the cotton material, then we will remove 20% noil or waste. So we want that most of the short fibers should be removed. Although it is not possible to remove all the short fibers, we will try that maximum short fibers are removed. Next is elimination of the remaining impurities. So material has already passed through blow room and carding machine, and most of the impurities have already been removed. So whatever are the remaining impurities, that will be removed in the combing machine. So combined cleaning efficiency of the blow room and card is of the order of 95 to 98%. So whatever impurities are left, that should be improved by the comber. Next is elimination of large proportion of the neps in the fiber material. Neps are objectionable fault in yarn and fabric. It is small entanglement of fibers and appears like a dot in the fabric, and it is objectionable. So the maximum number of neps in the fibers should be removed. Next is formation of sliver having maximum possible evenness. So for combing to take place, we will be feeding lap sheet, and delivery material will be in the form of sliver. So sliver should be even. It should be regular. So we will try that sliver should have maximum possible evenness, so that a even yarn and smooth fabric is formed out of this combed yarn. So what are the benefits of combing? As I have told you that in the fabric, we are getting some improved qualities. The fabric is whiter, lustrous, softer. So how these are the properties which we are getting in the fabric. In the yarn also, there are some changes in the properties. For example, yarn imperfections are reduced. Means yarn imperfections means the thin places, thick places, and naps. So there is some reduction in the thin, thick, and naps. And how much improvement is there? So we can see that yarn imperfections is their improvement is of the order of 75%. So up to 75%, the yarn imperfections are reduced. That is the biggest benefit of. That's why the fabric is looking very clean, white, smooth. And then yarn evenness. Yarn evenness is also improved, or of the order of, means if we are combing the material and if we are not combing the material, what will be the difference? So if we are combing the material, yarn will be more regular. And there is some improvement in the yarn strength also. And this also reduces the end breakage rate at the machines. The worker efficiency is more, and number of knots and imperfections are also less. So from this graph, we have come to know that yarn imperfections reduced, yarn evenness improved, short fibers are reduced because we have removed the short fibers. So we are reducing, extracting or removing the short fibers at the order of the 75%, means 75% short fibers are removed, and breakage rate reduced in ring frame. And that's why yarn strength also increases. Then we come to the next topic, that how many types of comber are there. So combers are of different types: rectilinear combers, circular combers, rotary comber, and heckling machines. So combers are used generally for natural fibers because there is a lot of variation in length in the natural fibers. Man-made fibers are not combed because they are having equal length and impurities are of negligible amount. So in case of rectilinear comber, what is rectilinear comber? Where the operations are done one by one. So in this, generally in textiles, the machines, the rollers are moving continuously, and material is also delivered continuously. Whereas in rectilinear combers, the operations are done one by one. For example, first feeding is done, then nipping is done, then combing is done, and then piecing is done, and then brushing is done, then again feeding. So there are set of operations which are done one by one. So rectilinear combers are those, rectilinear machines are those machines in which operations are done one by one. And we will study in our syllabus rectilinear combers only because they are most widely used in the world and very commonly used. For circular comber is used rarely, and that is used only for English worsted process. Rotary comber is also very rarely used and only for shaft spun yarn. Heckling machines are for bast fibers, linen, and all this. So we will concentrate on rectilinear combers only. So rectilinear combers are very old. Rectilinear combers with swinging nippers and stationary detaching rollers, as originally conceived by J. Hellman in 1845, are still used. Combers were initially introduced by Hellman in 1845, and the same basic principle is used till today also, although there have been a lot of improvements and modernization, but the basic principle is same. So, as you know, research activity is a continuous process, modernization is a continuous process. Man has always tried to get more production and better quality. That's why it has been, so many changes have been made in the comber machine. So this machine was further developed by Naismith in 1902 also. And after that also it is a continuous operation, continuously developed till today, so that modern comber is 8-headed. At present, the modern comber is 8-headed, means 8 laps are fed and we are getting 2 slivers as output. Means out of 4 heads, 1 sliver is formed, and out of another 4 head, another sliver is formed. So 8 heads are there in the comber machine. Now question comes that how much noil or waste should be extracted? Noil and waste is same thing. Noil means waste extracted at the comber machine. So in the interviews, it is generally asked that how much noil should be extracted. So it depends upon our requirement, depending upon the requirement of the fabric, depending upon the waste present in the cotton, and which quality of cotton you are using. So combing can be of 3 types. Number 1 is semi combing, another is normal combing, another and next is super combing. So semi combing is that in which 5 to 10% noil percent is removed. This is also called upgrading, means improving the grade by 1 step only. Slight improvement in the quality. But normal combing means when the noil percentage removed is 10 to 20%. And next is super combing, where the noil removed is more than 20%. So most common is normal combing. So 80% cases are normal combing, and generally in the industry 14%, 16%, 18%, 20% noil is removed. And if production is more important and we want only slight improvement in the quality, then semi combing will be preferred, and we will remove only 5 to 10% noil percentage. And this upgrading is followed when production is more important. For very fine sarees, dhotis, and for super fine counts of 100 count, 120 count, 140 count. So very good quality cottons, American cotton, Egyptian cotton, Vara Lakshmi cotton, Digvijay. So these cottons are used. In that case, noil is more than 20%. So depending upon the cotton quality used and what are the requirements of the fabric, because more noil you will extract, costlier will be fabric. If you are able to sell the fabric at a very high price, then you can extract more than 20% also. So this diagram shows you fiber length distribution diagram, short fibers to be taken out. So in this, these red color fibers, short fibers will be removed, and fiber length distribution of the cotton will be like this. And this shows that after, during combing, these short fibers of red color, these are the short fibers, will be removed. In the next lecture, we will study the machines required for combing operation, that what kind of machines are required for combing operation. With this, we finish our first lecture. Thank you.